Hello and welcome to pmclounge.com. Today we are looking into certain agile concepts which are Lean, Six Sigma, and Kanban. So these are of course related to project management, but these are more geared towards the side of agile and Scrum and Sprint and stuff like that, which we have already discussed in the past. I'll share a link to all the videos, the entire playlist of the nutshell videos that we have done wherein we have discussed Agile in a nutshell, Scrum in a nutshell, even Sprint. So I'll share the playlist in the description below. So do check that out if you want to have more context on what really Lean is, what are Six Sigma and Kanban concepts of these nature. Let's move on and let's get started with our first in the list, Lean. So what is a lean? When we say lean, we are talking about lean project management, not just the word lean here. And when we discuss the definition in the next slide, it'll be much more clearer. So, in a nutshell, lean, the main principle of lean project management is reducing waste in an already established process. So, you already have a process of project management. You already have a process in place on how you plan to do the work. Now, you are going to reduce waste in that existing process. That is the whole principle, the main concept, the main idea behind lean project management. So this is more often applied to manufacturing and production, in plants and factories kind of environment than product development or software project management. So this is more geared towards manufacturing and production. The focus here is on key process improvement points such as reducing bottlenecks and standardizing means of production. So this lean project management, this is geared towards how you can identify bottlenecks and how you can reduce them. Now, although the applications are different, the applications of lean project management, they're pretty different than the agile methodology. The two, that means the agile and lean, they share common elements such as pipelining and valuing a strong facilitator. What do you mean by pipelining? Is it related to the product backlog? Does it have anything to do with the product backlog? Do let us know in the comments below. And valuing a strong facilitator, of course it does. You have a Scrum Master who is a facilitator in the Scrum environment. So this valuing a strong facilitator, this concept of lean project management is kind of same when it comes to lean project management and agile. Now this image kind of tells you certain wastes that can be eliminated in the lean project management structure. So let's look into some of these. So overproduction is one thing, right? If there's excess production, and like I said earlier, this is more geared towards production and factory and plants kind of environment. So this is where overproduction comes in place. This does not apply to software project management. Of course, you never overcode. There's not a word like that. Now, waiting time lost to backlogs, this is also a sort of bottleneck. So how can you reduce the waiting time? Transportation, so inefficiencies caused by excess moving. So there is transportation requirements in factory and plants environments. So the requirement of transportation, how can that is a bottleneck? How can it be reduced? You've got defects, of course, related to quality defects here. Motion, too many steps. If there are too many smaller steps, can be combined or can we eliminate 5 steps and may take just one large step in the production line to reduce waste. Inventory is a sort of waste. You should not have surplus material lying around. How can you fix this? Over processing. So if there's any unnecessary work that is required, and as a project manager, I am pretty sure you'll be tempted to say quality audit. The quality auditors, the people who come in and check whether you are following all the processes, everything, all the documentation, that definitely is over processing or unnecessary work. You as a project manager might say it. I don't really agree to it, at least not on this video and on this channel. All right, let's move on. So before we go further, if you want to know what books to buy, because a lot of people keep asking us, pmclounge.com/resources, visit this link and you will have the access to the books that we recommend you buy to prepare for your PMP exam. All right, so the next in list is Six Sigma. In a nutshell, what is Six Sigma? So it is a set of tools for process improvement. So there are tools which you use to improve the process. Again, we are talking about processes here. So this was originally developed by GE, or known as General Electric to most of you. It's now utilized across the industrial sectors. Now, Six Sigma is effective in both the manufacturing and the business process. So this is the important point here. When we talked about the previous topic, which was lean, it was applicable and effective only to the manufacturing field, right? Only in plants and factories sort of situation, sort of environment. But this Six Sigma is also applicable in business processes. So you as a software project manager, software development project manager, you can also take a look at Six Sigma and see how you can apply this to your day-to-day project management. So Six Sigma improves output quality by seeking and removing the sources of defects and variability. Empirical data is analyzed when we are talking about Six Sigma. So empirical data is analyzed. It creates a hierarchy within an organization of improvement experts. So there are Six Sigma improvement experts, and they analyze the empirical data and they seek ways how they can reduce inefficiency. So these are some of the tools that are used to implement Six Sigma for someone who is already preparing for PMP, and you might already be aware of these topics: brainstorming, affinity diagram, histogram, and Pareto charts. These are some of the tools that are used when it comes to Six Sigma. Now these are the values. A 3 sigma value means you have 1.5 misspelled words per page in a book. So that is 3 sigma quality. If 1.5 words are misspelled in every page of the book, that qualifies for a 3 sigma quality. 4 sigma is one misspelled word per 30 pages. So you see how the quality has just increased. 5 sigma is one misspelled word in a set of encyclopedias. So there's a set of encyclopedia and there's only one misspelled word in it. That means the quality that has been achieved is 5 sigma. And when it comes to 6 sigma, there is one misspelled word in all the books in a small library. So in a small library, there's only one misspelled word in all the books that are available there. So that's the quality that is expected out of Six Sigma. And of course, there are other examples as well when it comes to money and time. You can definitely pause the slide here and read if you want to. I'm not going to go into the details of all these, but these are the metrics. This is the metrics that Six Sigma kind of portrays, kind of follows. And if you're following Six Sigma, your aim should be to have the last point that is mentioned here should have this level of quality in your product. So this, of course, is something which can be applied to software projects as well, right? You may have one uh, error or one defect in let's say a large software that should be around Six Sigma. So there's basically a numerical equation around it as well, but we'll not go that deep since this is just about Six Sigma, and we as a channel are about project management, not Six Sigma. Moving on to the next concept, which is Kanban. And if you have worked on Agile, you would have definitely known about Kanban. By the way, how many of you have worked on a tool known as Jira? And have you seen a Kanban board on Jira? Let us know in the comments. In a nutshell, Kanban is best employed with knowledge workers and it is most commonly used for just-in-time delivery products. Do you know about JIT, just-in-time delivery products? This is where Kanban is used. Kanban method is closely related to both Agile and Lean methodologies. So this is related to both and can often be combined effectively with the Scrum methodology. Now, if you're wondering what is Agile and if you're wondering what is Scrum, like I said, the playlist is available in the description. We have talked about Agile and Scrum, both in smaller videos in a nutshell. You can definitely check that out and have a better understanding of these topics. If you're wondering what Lean is, come on, wake up. We just talked about Lean in this video itself. So since it's important to not overload the employees, this methodology, which is the Kanban methodology, visualizes the entire process so team members can view and understand where they are in the process. Now, this is the backbone of Kanban. The methodology basically visualizes the entire process, and this is going to help the team members understand where they are in the process right now. We'll take a look at the example, which will make things much more clearer. Now, Kanban works with existing processes and implements micro changes. This is again another important point when it comes to Kanban. We are implementing micro changes here. So sweeping changes or big changes, large changes, they will produce results faster for sure, but the Kanban method follows the belief that the success rate of incremental small changes, right? Incremental micro changes is greater than quickly introduced vast changes. So quickly introduced vast changes is fine, but the incremental changes, right? The incremental micro changes, they are greater than the overall quickly introduced vast changes. This is the whole belief of Kanban. Now, this is an example of Kanban. What are the to-do items? Like I said, it helps to visualize where people are. So these are all the to-do items. Then you can see these are items which are paused. 6 items are paused. Then you've got reopen, developing, testing, and which ones are live. So this is how a Kanban board looks like. I'll take another example if this is a bit of a stretch when it comes to understanding. So for my software project management brethren, this is an example, a Kanban board example. So you've got the product backlog. So these are the items in the product backlog. You have taken one item in the to-do list, basically the to-do vertical here, and then you've got the development. So the ongoing development, we have one item in the ongoing development uh, cycle, and then one is already done. Then under testing, you've got ongoing and done verticals again. One is being tested while one is done. And then you've got deployment. So there's nothing here, but this is something which can move to deployment now, item B, because it is already tested. And then there's one item which is already done, which means it is already deployed. So this is how a Kanban board looks like. If somebody, let's say AB, if your name is AB and you're working on E, you can take a look at the Kanban board and understand which other items from the backlog are coming and what items have already finished testing, right? So you have an idea in the entire grander scheme of things where you are, what you are doing, and this gives you the possibility to introduce micro changes, suggest micro changes on how you can improve the overall lead time of the entire process by introducing something as small, as efficient as the Kanban board. So this is the cycle time, this is the lead time. So this is the difference between cycle time and lead time here. Lead time is when a feature, or let's say uh, anything, right? A functionality is available in the backlog. When does it go live? When does it deploy? That time is known as lead time. And cycle time is when you start the work of a feature. When does it go live? When you have started the work. So this time is known as cycle time. So a quick difference here between lead time and cycle time. Hope you were able to understand that as well. So that's all that we had in this brief video. We tried to cover Six Sigma, Lean, project management, and Kanban. These are very big topics, but we wanted to kind of cover them in a nutshell. So created this video for your help. Do hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to stay notified. We are all about PMP and project management related concepts. Don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com, your number one free PMP resource. Thank you.